Unless you lived under a rock, you probably heard that Destiny 2 has been doing the best it's ever have when it comes to the player base and the people that are enjoying the game. But what you probably didn't know is Activision isn't really happy with the sales of Destiny 2 Forsaken as of the new release of the DLC, which hit stores September 4th of 2018. Why is that? Why is a franchise that is so granular in its approach to just over the top special abilities, loot grind, just impeccable gameplay, why is a title like that not being received well by the community as a whole? And why Activision feels like they need to introduce new monetization models to help investors feel like the game is in a better place? These are some of the things I want to talk about, and let's get into it. What up, everybody? It's your boy Gaming Forte. Welcome back to a new Destiny video. So today is the day that we found out how well Destiny Forsaken was received by the masses of the community that went out and purchased this game. And by Activision's standpoint, this has not been very well received. Even knowing a lot of people out here in the community really enjoy this game and everything that they did, they completely flipped the game around on its head. The loot grind and the pursuits are there. Everything is what it needed to be for a game that people fell in love with during the latter parts of Destiny 1. Now, the reason that Forsaken isn't doing as well as Activision thought it would do is because of two things. People are still a little burnt out on the whole Destiny experience. When Destiny 1 was released, a lot of people just checked out of the game before they even got to level 20. There is so many people that didn't even experience the whole loot grind of this game. It's kind of baffling. They thought they were getting something completely different than what they actually got. So those people never came back to Destiny because Destiny 1 came out in record-selling numbers. It was the best new-selling IP that was ever released to that date. Then you fast forward that to Rise of Iron. It did a lot of good things for the game. It actually improved a lot of the systems for the game. It gave us quality of life changes, and it was very well received by the community. And then we get Destiny 2, and it went to the casual side of the field. Destiny 2, which will be the second part of why people haven't come back to this, really scaled back all of the things that made Destiny 1 so enjoyable. The loot grind pursuit wasn't there. The random rolls for the weapons weren't there. Exotics weren't as exotic as they used to be in Destiny 1. So we lost a lot of things on top of having our votes destroyed and losing all of our progress from Destiny 1. Coming to Destiny 2, it felt like Activision and Bungie were trying to hit the reset button on Destiny, which I honestly believe they did. But what happened was all those people that Bungie and Activision tried to bring into the game with the casual side of the field, most of them enjoyed the game. But guess what casual people do? They buy the game, they play through the main campaign, they might do a little bit to get into the raids, or they'll do a little bit of the PvP, but they're not there for the long grind investment. So once those people got what they wanted to get out of Bungie and out of Destiny in general, they cut bait and they went off to play other games. And all of the hardcore people, the people that enjoyed this game overall, were left holding the bag. And that's when Bungie had to have the summit with all of its influential content creators and streamers, and they went out to talk about the things that Destiny needed to be going forward. And it didn't help that the DLC was very lackluster. Some people liked it, some people don't. But I think universally overall, the DLC was not very well received. Then we come to Forsaken. This is what the culmination of all of the hard work that streamers and content creators going to the summit, giving their feedback, and Bungie just having the know-it-all to actually go in and just flip the game on its head again. And they succeeded with that. Forsaken is probably the best Destiny has ever been. Matter of fact, it's not probably, it is the best it's ever been. Everything that you could want in this game is there. People that didn't even play Destiny 1 are enjoying the grind of Forsaken. And this is something that I know they are looking for, but the thing is, not enough people feel that way. There's people that picked up this game 2 years ago or even a year ago to this date and still haven't jumped back in, and they're taking that wait to see approach. And Activision just feels like at this point they just need to do something. And this is where everything starts going downhill. As you guys know, I put up a video yesterday when it was talking about the temporal surge and the prismatic matrix. Both of those things became paid for assets in the game. Now, yes, you can still earn the prismatic matrix in game once a week. Now they give you an option to actually buy more of those for 200 silver. Then they add the temporal surge in there, where that is only available to buy with real money currency. There was a correlation between a lot of this stuff that Destiny was going through with Activision and Bungie giving it away on a PC version, it being free for PlayStation Plus members a couple of months ago when it launched. Xbox is the only platform that hasn't seen any real deep discount on the game all the way up to free. But these are all telling things that let you know that this game is actually not in the best of places it needs to be when it comes to just sales overall. And guess what? That puts a lot of doubt in a lot of the investors' mind when it comes to what they want to do with this franchise going forward. I am of the belief that Bungie is going to step away from Destiny in the very near future. I think Vicarious Visions has done a lot of good work on the game, and I think Bungie's going to really step back and take a supporting role when it comes to this game going forward. I think they're still going to probably put a little bit more effort into Destiny 3, but when it comes to just maintaining this franchise long term, I also think you're just going to see less and less of Bungie being the lead developer when it comes to this game. That's going to fall to other studios going forward. So my biggest takeaway from this is the fact that, like I said earlier, Destiny is in a great place when it comes to just a gameplay loop. Very satisfying. We also have a new DLC launching sometime in December called Black Armory, which is going to introduce a lot of new weapons and definitely a new weapon type, and definitely looking forward to that. But it still doesn't change the fact that I don't know how they're going to get people back to this game. When I look at Destiny Tracker, and this only tracks people playing Destiny 2, it doesn't track if you have Forsaken, it just tracks the entire scope of all Destiny 2 players across all platforms. As of yesterday, there was 1.8 million people that logged into Destiny and did a PvE activity. That's still a lot of people, but the thing is, how many of those people actually went out and bought Forsaken? I mean, they tracked 12.7 million people total. So those numbers are even down compared to Destiny 1 and the launch of Destiny 2. So I do agree with Activision that Destiny 2 is definitely underperforming when it comes to the new DLC. But adding new ways to buy things in the game, especially when you can't earn those in-game with in-game currency or something like that, is something that I definitely don't want to see going forward in this game. We already went through that stage with Destiny 2 when it first launched, and we all know how that ended up. Let's not reverse the ship and panic just because a lot of people haven't come back to the game. Because if you panic too much and you steer the ship in the wrong direction again, you'll lose all your hardcore players. And then I don't know where this franchise would be. I love this franchise. It's one of my favorites, but I'm willing to walk away from it because there's way too many games out here to enjoy to just keep going through the ups and downs of what Destiny goes through on a yearly basis. We shouldn't have to wait for a game to release and then wait for its subsequent DLCs to fix it. That's what happened with Destiny 1, Rise of Iron fixed that. That's what happened with Destiny 2, Forsaken fixed that. So when Destiny 3 comes out, if that is not a fully featured game with none of the extra BS trim inside of it, we got a problem. So guys, that's my 2 cents on the whole situation, and definitely appreciate you watching the video all the way through. But if you got any questions, hit me up down in the DMs on Twitter, leave them down in the comment section down below, and I really appreciate it. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Like this video if you like the content. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. Turn on those notifications, it's gonna let you know the next time one of my videos go live. It's your boy Gaming Forte. You guys have a great week, and I'm gonna talk to you in the next video. Peace.